Today on the channel, we go retro again with the G.I. Joe retro card, Cobra B.A.T.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe retro card unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Cobra B.A.T again and again and again, like a young Paul McCartney with wings once upon a time. But for all your Cobra B.A.T needs and a whole lot more, hit up Entertainment Earth. Use the link in the description down below to support the channel. But in a plot twist, got this one off of Amazon. I guess that shipped my pre-order first. Got to cancel some of the other ones. That's the way you got to do it. But I did get two of these Cobra B.A.Ts for my collection. And I think that's where I'm going to cool my jets, as I went pretty crazy with the OG original classified B.A.T. And of course, you know, we'll do some B.A.T comparisons later on in this video. But I bought a lot of the classic B.A.Ts when they were very cheap in the classified line. Now, you got to put yourself in that time frame, though. The retro cards were not a thing when those were coming out. So we thought that was our B.A.Ts. That was the army builder. Now, of course, like we always say, constant learning, constant improvement. Hasbro, Mattel, McFarlane, whoever it is, they want all the money out of your wallet. So, of course, they're going to give us the classic OG B.A.T here. But I got two. That's where I'm calling it quits, unless there's a deep discount along the way. Maybe a year from now, we'll see what happens there. But one thing we know is going to happen for sure is how we're going to do this review. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll probably throw Duke under the bus. It needs to be done, Todd McFarlane from the couch. And we'll see where it goes from there with comparisons at the end. Remember that. But let's see what's going on with this B.A.T here. Somebody put out the B.A.T signal for Ozzy Osbourne. That's what we're going to do. A lot of great memories as a kid with this Cobra B.A.T, but in a plot twist, I did not have this as a kid. My best friend did, though, and I played with it at his house all the time. I was usually spending the night at his house on Friday, Saturday nights. We'd always be hanging out, doing stuff, playing Joes, and got an all-timer of a story one of these days for the podcast about playing with Joes with him, and one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed in my life that he did do. But I always played with the B.A.T over there with him. That was what I got as far as the B.A.T experience once upon a time. But I had the other B.A.T, the version 2 B.A.T that came in the early 90s. I also had Overkill and some of those. But this one was always the classic. When I close my eyes, this is the B.A.T I think about. And I always loved the B.A.Ts in the G.I. Joe cartoon, and I guess the comic books too, because you couldn't kill people in the cartoon, unfortunately. I wish they could have, but they couldn't. So you'd have these B.A.Ts, and they'd get blown away, and it would quench my thirst for killing as a little kid in my cartoons, I guess is what it did. I don't know, but I always liked it when they'd get blown away and stuff. I always thought that was cool. It would have been cooler if it was a Crimson Guard or an officer, but too tough for TV back then, I guess. But love the retro card series. Brings me back to collecting Joes as a little kid, obviously in a little bit bigger scale. You get that classic B.A.T artwork, G.I. Joe, Cobra the enemy, as we know, or friend of Duke, really is what it is. And we'll probably get into that later. Cobra B.A.T looking good in the package. On the back, we get the cross sell. We got the green shirt, another army builder. I got to get two of those because I want to display the white guy and the black guy. You got to do it. A little ebony and ivory. It's all coming up Paul McCartney these days. This time in the 80s, solo career. Shout out to the Tug of War album guys from the couch, Mark and Todd, of course. On the back, we do got the blurb. Let's see what it says about this B.A.T. It does say G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. We know that as well. Battle android troopers, B.A.Ts, are the perfect soldiers. They never question orders, complain about the chow, shirk duty or surrender. They require no leave time, sick pay, or benefits of any kind, and they are cheap and easy to replace. On the other hand, B.A.Ts do not discriminate between targets. They will shoot at anything that moves, be it friend, foe, or animal. They also have an unfortunate tendency to burst into flames when hit from behind. And I think that's where Duke comes in, is he bursts into flames and he gets hit from behind an awful lot. An awful lot. I think Sneak Peek, Psych Out, Windmill, Skid Marker involved in all that. Some of the jobbers of the Joe line. But Duke getting hit from behind, getting burst into flames. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But looking good right here. And Duke likes what he likes. You know, it's 2025. You know, nobody can fault Duke for that. If that's what he's into it, you know. To each their own, I guess. But Duke is a war criminal and a terrible person, as we know. Last I heard, he's still in jail. Is that true, boys? In jail with Monkey Wrench, of all people. And he's truly the Monkey Wrench is what he's doing. We're going to get this bat out of the package here. See you later, goodbye. And there it is, Cobra Bat. Beautiful carding on these. Wouldn't be a bad min-on card collection, in all honesty. See you later, goodbye. We do get the G.I. Joe stand here, but in the plot twist, we get the Cobra stand. Love these. I don't know why all the figures don't come with this. And on top of that, I don't know why Hasbro Pulse doesn't sell 10 packs of these. Just missing out on sales is what they're doing. Come on, Hasbro. And then there it is, plastic bat prison here. 2 heads are better than 1. You can have battle damage version. You can have regular version. I'm here for that. Make them different, display them different. That's what we're going to end up doing in this collection. And we see some reuse parts. As you can imagine, got to get the most out of your molds. Stop me if you've heard it before. And there we go. Think I got everything. Watch out for those clear pieces. See you later. Goodbye. Cobra Bat style. Let's dive in. And we'll dive in, I guess, no technically extra hands, but we do got extra hands, accessory hands. So we got 2 gripping hands out of the package, ready to grip it and rip it. We do get the flamethrower blaster right here. You get that. I love that the different colors on the end against the silver makes it look like it's been on fire. It's been flamed. It's hot, don't touch, maybe that kind of thing. We also get this one, I guess, could be a blaster, could be fire as well. I guess this probably is fire. I think that's the torch that hits it. I think the gas is what it is. One's for weapons, one's is for torching. Choose your own adventure. And then we get the pincher hands here. Great for guys that, you know, can't reach that remote like Duke. Literally lazy guys that just won't get up and walk across the room. They got, oh, let me get that stretcher out. Pull that over there as they're sitting behind the desk. We know what's up with that. We do got that nice claw hand there. We do get the stereotypical bat backpack. We've seen this before. I do love that you can plug these in and store all these pieces on here. That is very cool. I'm here for that. All in black on this one. And then we do get effect pieces. So we do get 2 different flame approaches. We get the traditional flame here. And then you get like a flame laser. A laser. We know they shoot lasers. And we got that as well. Choose your own adventure or double up the hands. Have 1 of each. Looking good. Translucent plastic. We do get the little pistol here. A very flat gray color. You can put the weapon effect pieces on the end of this as well. Plug it in there. Let's see. Yep. You can do that if that is your thing. Got to have that. And then we do get the chest plates. We get them clear this time. Now, the last bat had different chest plates, but we didn't get the clear ones. We got the clear ones this go around. So leave it open, leave it clear with a fully nice intact, or have the bullet wounds right in here where Flint was taking it to that bat, just destroying those bats, blowing them up. Looking good here. So technically, maybe get away with a 3-in-1 here with the different chest pieces for this bat. But now we're going to dive into the bat, and we're going to start with the head sculpt department. Classic bat head on this one here. Looking good with the red visor, looking nice, black helmet across there. Nice and clean. This guy hasn't seen any warfare yet. Second head looking really good as well. This is the one that's seen some warfare. Broken on the side, showing some of that silver. Got 1 eye showing. A bat that's seen a thing or two. Kind of reminds me of that Overkill, though. I would love to see that. That was a favorite Joe of mine in the dying days of my Joe collecting days, I guess you'd say. It was those talking heroes. They had the backpack and they would talk and stuff. I had the Overkill. I had that General Hawk, which was an all-timer. One of my favorite Hawks. Not quite as good as the one before it, but still a very good Hawk. Who else? I think there was a Stalker and a Falcon in that line, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of fun. I'd love to see some of those figures in the classified line one of these days. But now we're diving into the Cobra Bat, and we've been here before. Feels a lot like we've been here before. You do got the big chest piece there. You got some of the internal mechanical guts on this guy, looking pretty good. You get the yellow against the black, looking very nice here. Now, normally this is where I would say, oh, you know this bat, huge Striper fan. But unless they're programmed to be Striper fans, and I heard Dr. Mindbender did not do that. Very unfortunate there. So not a Striper fan over here. I heard something about like Barry Manilow is what I heard, which who knew? Dr. Mindbender loving himself some Manilow. He's at the Copa Cabana. We know what he's up to. We know what he's up to. He's with Duke, I'm sure. We got the Cobra insignia there on the side looking nice. You got the mechanical arms against the shirt looking good. You got the silver band there around the thigh. You get the bright yellow boots looking very nice. Very classic colors on this one once again. Holster on the side for that weapon. And then you got the backpack holder back here. Love to be able to store everything on the character. That is always key. Now articulation, we do get the butterfly shoulder looking nice. Arms all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbow, I guess is what we'll call that one there. It is an android trooper after all. Hands back and forth, side to side, head back and forth, side to side. You get that neck articulation. Ab crunch looking good. Waist articulation as well. Big old bat splits if you need it. Got the G.I. Joe drop down hips. Leg goes up for the big boot. Double jointed pinless knees. Boot cut. Ankles back forth, side to side. And then all the usual articulation here for the classified retro series, whatever you want to call it. Looking very good here on this bat, and he should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%. How about that? I wouldn't call this a top 10 Joe of the year, but it is iconic. And if we hadn't had any bats before this, it could maybe be a top 10er of the year because this is so iconic, such a big story part of G.I. Joe, especially the second act of the cartoon back in the day, the Serpentor years. Such a big piece of that is these Cobra bats. So it is a must-have. However, like I said earlier, we're going to show right now, we've had a bat or two over the last couple of years. We get the first version of the bat in the classified line. Similar but different, very close to these, just different color patterns. We know how that goes. We do got a little Crimson Guard version here. Got to have that, I guess. We got to have the Python Patrol version. And then why not take it to the Arctic? We got the Snowcat coming. We'll throw it in there as well. So we've had a lot of different bats. You got to get the most out of your molds. They tweak them just a little bit, make you keep buying these bats. We know the game. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how it goes. But the bats are very iconic. They're very iconic pawns in the Cobra game. And I think a lot of people are happy to have this retro one. And I guess if you told me, hey, Kyle, let's do a top 5 countdown, probably looking at number 1 right there with the retro line. It is so iconic. But if you came into Joe's later, you're coming into Joe's now, might be something different for you. So you got to choose your own adventure. Be interested to hear your favorite bat of the bunch in the comments down below. And I'm hoping the next bat we get is that Overkill, that leader of the bats. I would love to see that. Is it Overkill or Overt Kill? I think it's been both, I think, over the years because of legal rights. It's always Overkill to me, though. I think that was the original name, if I'm not mistaken. But let me know your thoughts on the bats in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel. You can also check out YouTube channel memberships if that is your thing. Sir Paul64 on the X. There's Paul McCartney again, boys. Check it out, Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast. Each and every Tuesday, it is The Kyle Peterson Show. Available where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for the Battle Android Trooper, aka Bat Retro Card Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?